What's going on? Welcome back to the MunRae channel. I'm Mun.
I am Ray.
And we are back and we black.
Yes, we are. All day, what?
All day. Once again, we want to say we hit a milestone of over
Yes.
10,000 views.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. You.
with us.
10,000 times and keep on
counting.
going and counting. That's
Yeah.
right. I want to thank every last one of you all. And also, I want to thank the new subscribers for subscribing to our channel.
Yes.
We're now at 422. Thank you.
Slow and steady wins the
and
race.
we rolling. We handling our business.
Yes.
Okay, you know what we're about to talk about, right? You know what we're about to talk about, right? But before we go there, you see the artwork behind you? Right here? See this artwork right behind you? Yeah. See, that's me.
Yes.
Oh, that's me.
All that.
That's right. That's me.
Yes.
That's right. Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, people ask me, will I sell them? Let me tell you something. Right now, if you just want it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I just give it to you.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm not trying to get no money because honestly, I'm just dabbling into something right now for real. And I just want to put it out there. Once again, I'm going to look again. Just boop. Bam. And I have many more from that as well.
Yes.
We got things happening for the MunRae. We have How Coolism.
Mm-hmm.
Shrek. This is a t-shirt.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's
Please
the line.
don't worry about it's misspelled.
That's
it's
all right.
Prototype.
Prototype.
Misspelled. You know, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Yes, but it
we're
is
we're
called.
going to do a video where we have strictly speaking about the merchandise.
Yes.
And, what we're going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Different avenues we're going to be taking.
Yes, indeed. So let's
Stay
get
tuned
right
for
into
that.
it, man. Let's just get into it.
Okay. This
Oh.
might be a part 1 and a part 2. I
It's
don't
going
know.
to be. It's going to be.
But, we'll have a little commercial break in between,
Yeah,
and we'll
'cause-
let you know when that comes. So,
All right. The Oscars. The slap heard round the world. My take, seriously, on this.
wait a minute.
Sorry.
For those of you who've been living under a rock and do not know what we are speaking of, the Oscar night came on Sunday, this past Sunday.
Just passed.
27th.
94th.
The 94th, but it was on March 27th.
Oh.
And Chris Rock was presenting, and he, is a comedian, so he looks out in the audience. He's an observant comedian.
What's going on? Yeah.
So he sees Will Smith. He says something there. Then he looks at Jada, who has her hair shaved, cut really short.
Because she
shaved,
has alopecia.
that we know of. And he made a reference to her about being in the next G.I. Jane movie.
G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah.
I got the joke. I don't think a lot of people got the joke. 'Cause
Right.
A lot of people were sitting there like...
They're too young.
It was a slow murmur going
Yeah.
on. Like he said, oh, come on. Then all of a sudden...
Mr. Smith.
If you check Will Smith, because it's on YouTube, check Will Smith. First of all, Will and Jada were not sitting like us. They were sitting.
Right.
That's
Right.
the first thing. Then all of a sudden, Will gave that laugh like,
got
you got me. You got it.
Okay,
dog."
let's move on.
But then all of a sudden, Jada had that, are you serious? Mm-hmm. And then it's like telepathically, she hit Will and was like, Tupac wouldn't have stood for that. And he got up
He walked on stage.
on stage during this is going on. This is live. Then all of a sudden,
He
took
brought his hand from West Philadelphia
What?
all the way to California.
And smacked the holy shit out of Chris Rock.
Yes, he was no longer constipated
Yes.
after that slap. So that's what we're speaking of.
Yes.
And everyone has an opinion on it.
Yes, and so we got ours.
And we're here to
I
give
got
ours.
mine and she got hers.
Yes.
Now,
He got mine, we gonna get his.
yeah, so this is what gets me. All of a sudden he does this and then he walks away. Now hold fast. Chris Rock stood there and now applaud him on his professionalism. But as a black man from the hood, you done lost your goddamn mind. It's about to be on. All professionalism is out the window at this present time. But I understand why he did it, because now you're talking about getting your checks. Talking about getting your, because now you, what, Chris Rock, but in the 50s?
They
Both
both are.
brothers in the 50s, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, you're going street with it because you put hands on me. Now, once again, I do respect Chris Rock for having his professionalism, But Will Smith, bruh, honestly, that was a wrong move, in my opinion. I do understand you're protecting your wife and everything like that. You want to come to her honor. But, bruh, there's a lot of ways you could have done that. Seriously, instead of just going straight with the physical. Honestly, because you're not on the street. Really. You're in a confined area, and there is a certain decorum or professionalism that you need to uphold. And then after you slap the dude, you come back with a tearful apology, but you don't apologize to Chris Rock until, a day or 2 days later. And you only apologize to him doing an Instagram post. That right there, I'm sorry, is a punk move. Really. If you're going to smack this man, then you need to apologize to this man. Straight up. Chris Rock, you went there. You are a comedian. I don't believe that just because it's what you do, that you need to jump out there and just start hitting on people if it's a health situation or whatever. I think some things should be left alone. Honestly, that's just my opinion. And dealing with and coming up in the hood, I do understand when we start joning, that's what we used to call it, joning or playing the dozens or whatever, we would go there. And in the hood, nothing is off limits. But you're a grown man. And there's certain things you don't need to talk about. You don't need to bring to light. You don't need to make fun of. And that's just my opinion. Now, what I really believe, that Will Smith, that slap was pent up aggression, was pent up anger that he's been dealing with all these years. He's been an embarrassment. His wife has let him know that she's not satisfied with him, either emotionally and sexually. She had an affair that everyone knows about by a younger man that he had in his home. He had in his home. And that red table talk, she brought all that out for the world to see. Will Smith he's now a meme. His tears. And what's funny is he cried so hard, and we all judged him, calling him a punk, calling him a simp. I don't understand. No undying love for my wife, no matter how she treats me, I'm still considered, I'm a simp now. I'm weak. And there's so many wrongs on that level. It really is. There are levels to this. And there is no one, and one thing I understand, I've never seen, Jada has never come to Will Smith's, to his rescue. When he's at his most vulnerable point. Mm-hmm. She's never come to his rescue to defend him. Right. But he was supposed to defend her on something, and I'm sorry, I don't know too much about alopecia or whatever, if I'm even pronouncing it correctly. I just don't think it's not a deadly disease to where it makes no difference if it's deadly or not. It's still a health issue. Mm-hmm. But once again, I mean, come on, you gotta take one on the chin, because yes, your relationship has already been tested. Mm-hmm. It's already been put out there, and some things that you have done, Jada. Mm-hmm. I am sorry. If you're gonna come out and embarrass me, we ain't together no more, because obviously we don't have a relationship. I'm not here for you to sit here and abuse verbally and mentally. Then all of a sudden I got to put my chest out because you feel as though you've been disrespected. Mm-hmm. Where's my respect? Where's mine? See, a lot of these ladies out here believe that a man supposed to go through all these things and get very minimal in return. This man has given Jada Pinkett the kind of castle lifestyle. I want you to hear this. Understand, he has given this woman everything. Mm-hmm. Because how many movies has she starred in? I'll wait. How many movies has Will Smith starred in? Thank you. He has done so much for this woman. And you mean to tell me that one time has she ever come to the defense of this man's mental health, or to the point just saying, baby, I got you. Y'all need to go ahead with that. You even embarrassed this man by having an entanglement that you had an entanglement. It's an affair. That's just for real, serious. We didn't change it because Jada didn't change it for us.
Like the word phobia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a whole different video.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I mean. Now, they both were wrong, I think. But in Chris Rock's defense, seriously, I'm a comedian. That's what I do. Now, one thing about comedians, there need to be some kind of boundaries that you don't cross. I'm just being honest. Because I've worked with a few comedians, and they do go there. And sometimes, even on the same ticket, I'm with them, and they go ahead and blast me. I don't get that. You don't bring the joke on me. You talk the joke about somebody else. There's a few comedians that don't even have they don't even have material. Their whole entire skit is roasting everybody in the audience. 15, 20 minutes. And you don't know who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. You don't know their mental capacity. And we know Will Smith is going through a whole lot of embarrassment, a whole lot of anger, depression. How do we know that Will Smith ain't suicidal? How do we not know this? He's made fun of. He's a fucking meme. Mm-hmm. Seriously. And all we do is continue, and we make more memes about this man. Yep. We talk more about his family. Mm-hmm. This man has been at the red table talk with Jada, her mother, and his daughter, talking about how unsatisfied she is and how unhappy she is with him. And I got to hold that in. Not to mention, I got the media. Because as soon as that slap hit, it was on internet within 30 seconds. Now, I know I'm taking up a lot of this time talking. My wife been sitting here because I know she ready to chime on in, and I've been holding on this conversation. So I'm going to shut up, but I'm going to make this one last pop before I be quiet. I'm going to turn it over to her. Did you ever realize that during the Oscars and this slap around the world, that Denzel giving the Oscar to Samuel Jackson, two heavy hitters, wasn't even aired? No one spoke about this. That is monumental. Mm-hmm. How is it that a slap can overshadow two heavy hitters in Hollywood that we all respect and we all love? No one's mentioning it. We're always talking about this slap onto Chris Rock. Now I'm going to bow out. Wife, take it.
Hi. As far as this mess with Chris Rock and Will Smith, they are both comedians. There have been times when Will has done some hosting, if you will, and he has gone on celebrities as well. Will Smith is what you call a safe comedian.
What do you mean?
Meaning he is safe for the white community. He is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And for the white community, strictly my opinion, for the white community, being the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is really boss, dude. So he is safe. If anyone is going to be forgiven, it's going to be Will Smith. They'll say, woe is me to Chris Rock, but they'll flip it and say that he deserved it because of what he said about Will Smith's wife. Now, if we have to have things that are off limit in the comedy world, then comedy is dead as we know it. And I understand the old adage that it's funny, it's all fun and games until they talking about you or until it happened to you. Who in this world has never had anyone talk about them? So much so that you wanted to throw hands, that you wanted to be mad enough to cry. He's a comedian. I'm sorry. This is his job. I'm sorry. I really think, and I agree with you, I believe that Mr. Smith had aggressions on top of aggressions on top of microaggressions going into this. I believe, and I said this earlier to someone else's post on social media, I said I believe that Will Smith is in over his head in this regard. I believe that he had emotional issues, relationship issues, relationship with his family, if you will. And he figured that settling down and being married would alleviate a lot of that. I also believe that once he got into said marriage and realized that he was in over his head, he was 2 children in. So he was in too deep. And at this point, you're a multimillionaire and you have 2 children. You're going to pay. Some men, some women stay in order to keep from paying. Maybe that was his situation. I don't know. But I ultimately believe that, yes, Mr. Smith had some issues that some shit he wanted to get off his chest. And I think that he was going to let that joke slide because he is a fellow comedian. But I believe that when his wife gave the look, that all of a sudden, okay, now I gotta prove my love for her in public.
Again.
You've already done that. You've already done that. And as far as the world considering Mr. Smith a simp or a punk because he cares enough and he loves hard enough and he shed tears over the issue of him and his wife and the third party, he is considered less than a man because of that, then I'm here for it. Because that tells me that he's going to go through hella high water to make sure I'm protected, to make sure I'm good. And majority of the people that I know who consider him a punk for that are not in a relationship and are not married. So, I mean, it's like, what do you have to gauge against? Only what you see. Mr. Smith did a wonderful thing. And why do we have to be the bigger person to do it at a different day and time? Who are we trying to... If this is who you are, be who you are. But where I believe he went wrong was trying to defend her in public. I really feel that way because if he's already forgiven her, and for her to give him a look like, oh, you just gonna sit there and you just gonna let him talk to me, talk about me like that? What was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to sit there and grin and bear it? But what he did was he got up, he walked on stage, and he did that for the cameras. He did that for the cameras. I don't believe that that's who Will is. I believe he'd get mad enough, yeah. But I don't think that he's that caliber of man that would do something like that. I don't know. I may sound like, and I feel like I'm going around in circles, but what I'm saying ultimately is what he did, I don't believe was Will Smith. I think that was Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, on that one, I will agree.
Yeah, I think that was her
controlling him.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. I think it was her control.
Yeah, we see who wear the pants in the family.
Yeah, and he's excusing her control as a means of love to guide him. She is the remote control.
But as I said, when have you ever seen Jada come to Will Smith's defense when he's having an emotional breakdown?
I've not seen it. Now, we don't know that it happens, but I can tell you this. We know everything he does.
Yeah, because it lets it be known. He lets it know. I love my wife. I love my family. Mm-hmm. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. But I can tell you this. Oh, you all right? But I can tell you this.
Protecting you, girl.
You know,
I'm protecting you, man.
I'm going to hold you back.
Man, you better be glad she's holding me back, because if she wasn't, it'd be on. Because you don't talk about my lady.
Yeah, you guys.
What?
I think that in the whole scheme of things.
Dude!
I think in the whole scheme of things, she is the... Okay, you know how they say the man's the head of the household, but the woman rules the house. The woman controls everything. I think that is a perfect example. I really think that that's a perfect example. But on top of everything, and as people say, at the end of the day, it's their love that matters. It's her opinion to him and his opinion to her that matters. It's not what everyone else in the media says for him. But it's what everyone else in the media says to her, because that's how she's navigating the household. And I think that.
And it's been proven every single time they're on TV. Every single time they have an interview. Anytime a wife can actually put their husband on social media and tell the husband that I am not satisfied with you, I had an entanglement, and that woman is still alive? And not only did you have an entanglement, you had an entanglement with a young man that was in my house.
And now you want to call for healing.
What?
I'm not going to say what I want to say.
No, say what you want to say. That's the problem. Say what you want to say. Now, okay, you a woman.
That shit is crazy.
Come on now.
You want people to do a lot of healing, sweetie.
But hold fast.
You want people to do a lot of healing.
That's right.
So what are you doing about this? You want everyone else to be good so that you can keep doing what you want?
Causing more drama. Because think about it. If you're going to allow me to slide with this, and I can embarrass you on a social network, on social media,
what can't I do?
On any platform, I'm going to continue to do it.
And it's going to get worse and worse.
Yes.
And the more you go through it, the more you're going to tolerate.
And what amazes me is that no one's talking about this man's mentality.
He is hurting.
And you clearly see it.
That man is hurting.
You can clearly see. You think, she's behind all this. I got no kind of respect for this woman.
I believe
I don't
exactly
even know
who
her.
she is.
I don't even know her. Mm-hmm. She is a straight hood rat. And I'm going to tell you straight up, she is. I think that's right. Tupac hit and some more brothers hit. I'm going to believe it. Because how is it that you, 50 years old, you still walk around with this kind of mentality and you have yet said one thing to protect your husband? You have not said one, you have not come out on social media, even on your Red Table Talk. Now, I ain't seen every episode, and so those that are watching this, please give me the episode where she says, my husband, I'm sorry, I love you, I know it's hard or whatever. Tell me when she's protected this man's mentality.
Yeah, because we'll go check that out.
Because I'm going to do it. I've checked the research. I've checked a couple of the table talks, and I've never heard her do it.
And if you feel that we are going into this conversation blindly, we're not.
No.
But you can have your opinion. That's fine. That's what this is about.
That's right.
We're going off of...
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
We are going off of what we've read, what we've seen on social media, and what we've seen of them individually. And Will Smith has a series, I think it's like 7 episodes of him leading up to his weight loss journey and him releasing his book. And when you watch that, I watched it a few months ago when it initially came out. I have a complete and total different respect for this man. He is hurting. And I already knew that he worked hard, but I think that, when you work so hard that you want to just forget about what your everyday life is.
The dude went to Dubai.
Yeah, and they said, why do you want to go to Dubai?
Because it ain't here.
He said, it's 12 hours away from
I got to get away from L.A. I got to get out of this area.
He brought his children with him.
Yeah. But
just his children.
But he didn't bring alopecia.
He didn't bring his wife. So
he didn't bring Jada. I wonder why.
I have a totally different respect for
Where's Jada?
I've always been a fan of his work, and I understand him better.
Did she have a movie coming out? Because I haven't seen it.
And I can't say that I was upset with him when he did what he did on the Oscars. I can't say that I'm upset with Chris Rock, because Chris Rock is doing what Chris Rock has always done. What Chris Rock did was nothing new. Yeah. People are just really I'm confused at how people are upset with Chris Rock because, again, when you're a comedian,
well, black women come out, and I've spoke to a few of them. They said the reason why they was upset with Chris Rock is, first of all, he airs our dirty laundry as black people. Who don't?
Right. Thank you. He can only talk about what he knows about. So. And
also, I've seen a episode, some kind of some interview he was doing with this dude named Louis. I think it's a white guy, but he's just throwing the N-word out, and he's even calling the white dude the N-word and saying, you're the worst kind of N-word. I mean, he's just throwing it out there, and I'm just like, wow, okay. And then the white guy says, so I guess I'm an N. So yeah, and I see him do that, but then I also saw him. He had a documentary called Good Hair
in 2009.
And what amazes me, he made that documentary because his daughter said, Daddy, why don't I have good hair? Mm-hmm. So if your daughters are coming to you feeling self-conscious about their hair and who they are as women, and if they're beautiful or not, then why would you come out of the mouth and say G.I. Jane?
He's a comedian. And he made a comedic reference.
Okay, comedic reference, but understand what
at
the
someone
joke
else's
was.
expense.
But look at the joke, though. See, you got to dig into it. Because G.I. Jane wasn't just about the shaved head. G.I. Jane starred Demi Moore. Demi Moore had an entanglement with a boy half her husband's age.
There's a pattern.
Shots fired. Pa-pow, pa-pow, pa-pow.
But I understand what you're saying about that. But what I'm saying is he's a comedian, and maybe the joke was done. No, not maybe. The joke was done in poor taste.
Okay, that's
However, I don't believe that he made the joke in reference to her having alopecia. I believe that he really made the joke in reference to the fact that Demi Moore was in G.I. Jane and she had the exact same buzz cut. Now, maybe he thought about that, the realization of her having alopecia in hindsight.
Okay.
And I believe that he started to feel that way when he saw Mr. Smith walk up to the stage.
I think I made a mistake.
There it is. But at that point, the shot's already fired. You can't take the bullets back.
Okay.
But and again, he is a comedian.
Yes, but once again, as a man, if you see that you have gone too far, you are to do what? My bad. I apologize. Which Chris Rock didn't do. What he did was, after he said, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, he said, it was a joke, man. It was a joke. Never said I'm sorry. He just said, okay, I won't. I'll leave it alone. Now, Will Smith, tearful. I get it. And all of a sudden, apologize to everybody white in the audience. But didn't apologize to the brother who he just smacked. Wrong move, man. And you apologized through an Instagram post. You didn't apologize to that man in person. At least we didn't see it.
That's why I believe that their publicists were the ones who issued the apologies.
We saw the slap. I would love to see you walk to this man and offer your hand in friendship.
And
TV.
I believe that they are and will remain friends. I really do believe that.
Because Chris Rock ain't gonna come for him, and it's pretty much. And like I said, I give Chris Rock major props. He handled it like a G. He stood there. He said, "Hey, you know what? He just slapped the shit out of me."
And you know what? You did your dirt. You paid for it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But society is we're not going to let them.
But now I'm gonna jump on this. Now you think Will Smith was off the hook? Oscar's gonna make him pay for that.
I'll tell you this. Wait a minute. So you said the Oscars gonna make him pay for that?
I think so, because they're already talking about, well, you know what, we don't advocate violence of any kind. And going on and on, they're gonna make Will Smith pay. And I'm gonna tell you something: ain't no one more powerful than a white man.
But again, I'm telling you, if they're going to be on someone's side, it's going to be Will Smith. He is safe for the white race.
If he was safe for the white race, then why they kind of come for him? Why they sitting here reviewing the footage and trying to see what their punishment's going to be?
Because they have to go through the same motions.
Like you just said, the slap was done. Here it is, Tuesday. It's over. Mm-hmm. And here Will Smith's man. Did you see the man partying at the after party like nothing happened? Now, see, two things I see here. Even to the point the man is seriously mentally challenged. He got some mental issues going on because he was dancing like ain't no issue.
He's saving face.
That's or I don't got nothing else. Because if I've done something like that to someone that I respect, mm-hmm. I'm going to be in remorse mode.
Okay.
I'm going to be looking for this man. Hey, look, man, I'm sorry, dude. I apologize, whatever. I'm not going to be at the party just doing my thing. And I just gave an emotional mm-hmm. speech mm-hmm. to where tears are coming down my eyes. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I am sorry. I even said my brother, Denzel. Mm-hmm. Denzel was like, hey, I was talking to you in private about that shit. Don't mm-hmm. put me in that.
Right.
But anyway, the higher you get, the devil is going to come out to play.
Yeah.
And yes, you are in the spotlight. That's what you chose. And yes, and it is unfair that we can be all in your life. Mm-hmm. We can offer all kind of opinions and criticisms, what you should do, what you shouldn't have done. And I get it, and it is unfair. But understand this: you chose this path. Now, as far as your situation in your household, I blame you and I blame Jada. You don't pull that shit out to the public. Some things need to be off limits. We should not know about half the shit that goes on in your home.
Right.
We should know it. Mm-hmm. But it's made public.
Right.
And now we can sit here and say that we dug deep and we're going to pull it out ourselves, but your wife put some shit out about you to the public.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Please.
Do you believe that Chris Rock respects Will Smith?
I'm going to say I do. I think so. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Chris Rock went to a bad divorce. But the thing about it is you never knew nothing about a divorce.
No.
You know why?
Well,
because he kept that shit behind closed doors.
Right.
He came out the month and broke about it in his tambourine.
But
he talked about it.
Do you think that he respects Will Smith? Aside from this.
Yes, I do. I do really believe.
Do you believe that Will Smith respects Chris Rock?
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask that question because some people get being pissed off at somebody and not respecting someone to be two different. The same thing, and they are two different things.
Yeah.
Because you can have respect for somebody and be pissed off at them at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what's going on now. But again, I honestly believe that at the end of the day, they are going to squash this shit. But what's going to happen is, just like the East Coast, West Coast thing, that's society.
Oh, that's the media.
Making that up.
Yeah. That's the media.
So media and society are going to keep this going.
So I'm going to ask all my people that's watching this video, can we stop with the humiliation, speaking about the slap heard around the world? Mm-hmm. Can we please stop putting memes together to where it makes Chris Rock look sad or bad and makes Will Smith look bad? Can we just stop it? As black people, black folks, we already got enough to deal with.
These are two black men
in
the public eye who have gone through lots of things in their family, lots of things personally, mm-hmm. and this perpetuates it. Now, you may say they both brought this on themselves.
Yeah.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. But us people who are not in this limelight, there have been situations that we've brought things on ourselves.
Yeah.
So we want to be respected and be left alone while we deal with our shit personally.
Yeah, because I really believe, and this is just my opinion, I really believe that Will Smith is on that verge. Seriously, getting a mental breakdown, because I'm telling you.
Yeah. I think that was really...
That shit was real.
I think that was a low, high, a bipolar point for him.
Now I'm going there.
Yeah. It felt good in that moment.
Yes, because I got some aggression released.
Yeah, but now you got to deal with the fallout.
Yeah, ride home.
Yeah, either one, both of them. I respect both of them.
Yeah, I love the craft.
I love both of them.
I think their talent is here. I think Chris Rock is funny, and I think Will Smith was a great actor. I'm gonna be real.
I'm not picking sides either.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, but I'm telling you, you need to look at the person. You need to look at the one that we're not speaking of.
There's a common denominator here.
Jada!
And it depends
on. She's put a little bit of that Jada thing in there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because we don't mean talking about that. It was about her, the reason why the stop was done. I want you to understand that. It wasn't about Will Smith. It wasn't about, and then all of a sudden, well, he defended his wife. But his wife is causing the goddamn problems. Seriously.
Yeah. Because,
let me ask you a question as my wife. If someone says something about your hair, what would you want me to do?
I don't know.
Would you want me to stand up and slap the shit out of him?
No.
Now, if someone put their hands on you, what you want me to do?
I'm going to step aside and let you handle it.
Thank you very much. You see what I'm saying?
There are things that you go after.
Damn it, there's boundaries, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, there's levels to this shit. Now, I'm not going, if somebody disrespects my wife verbally, and we out in the street, okay, I'm going to address it. Damn right.
And after I get it off my chest, may God bless it.
Yeah, I'm going to address it. Now,
CeeLo.
I'm going to address the situation, but I'm going to do it verbally first. But if you make this move to try to harm me or mine, you better be lucky all you're going to get is a slap.
It's curtains for you. Curtains.
Now, that's just what we do as men. So, in that kind of environment, once again, in the Oscars, I understand, man, why we always got to be the ones we got to protect, we got to calm down, we got to hold our shit in. I'm going to tell you why, because because as soon as Will Smith did that, now he's the aggressor.
And ladies.
He's violent.
And ladies, don't create a hostile environment.
But how she create a hostile environment?
To see if your man would protect you. Because one day, one man might say, hey, you on your own. What Kevin Hart say in this stand-up when...
Yeah, say, what would you do if some man out of nowhere see you and your lady walking down the street and all of a sudden this stranger just come in and smacks the shit out of your lady? What you gonna do? Kevin Hart said, I'm gonna find out what the hell she did wrong.
There it is. So don't create a situation because women will do this. Some men do too, but women will do this. I'm gonna see what he gonna do.
Just
I'm gonna see what he gonna
shit.
say.
Escalate shit. I remember a long time ago I used to club a lot, and I was dancing with this female. All of a sudden, this dude bumped me. Bam! And all of a sudden, he said, "I'm sorry, I bumped him." Yeah, I bumped him, and I said, "My bad." You know what the girl said? You a sucker. I said, wow, really? Because I realized that I was wrong, and I said, I'm sorry. I mean, damn, why you ain't gonna sit around? Why you gonna why you gonna talk? Why you gonna apologize? I said, that's what you do when it's your fault.
Well, some women don't understand that.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. At that point in time, Will Smith could have just let that shit ride. Jada should have let that shit ride. She should have been like this. Ain't worried about that bullshit. And gave a nice old kiss to her husband.
Hell, even at school, we used to tell them we'd beat them up at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm being real. A woman that really gives a damn about her man, she's going to look at the situation before she says, let's handle business.
And not going to put him in a situation
to where he's going to be the crazy one.
Right. So that you can say, I told you so.
Yeah.
And not be
reminded, oh, you a bitch. Oh, my God, you going to do nothing? Oh, for real? Hey, did he touch you? Did he talk about you in a much negative light? Did he call you outside your name?
I'm really thrown on that because, again...
Your girl,
and
Jada!
I think this is why initially Will Smith laughed at what he said. Because he's a comedian and he knows what comedians do.
Yes.
Initially, now they said, well, if Chris Rock would have stayed going on Will Smith, it would have been all right. I get that, but I mean,
yes.
At some point, a comedian's going to move on to the next
Yeah,
person.
I'm not going to stay on you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay on you.
It's
and
more
I'm gonna
people in here.
It's more. It's like, come on, man. I got material for days. And what you just done with this slap, you just giving this man more material for the rest of the year. He can just keep talking about the slap. He can keep talking about the slap in interviews, doing his routine. All they want to hear is about, hey, Chris Rock, how you feel about this? Oh man, you slapped shit out of me, man. I'm gonna tell you, I felt like August.
Now I don't know because I didn't watch the Oscars.
Me neither.
That's not a show that I watched.
No, I don't care.
I was told, and I'm not really sure, that Chris Rock didn't return for the rest of the show. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, the taste was snapped out of his mouth. He couldn't taste nothing else.
If he did return, well, they were saying he shouldn't have been or would have been embarrassed. Had it been me, and that happened to me, I'm a very sarcastic person. So what I would have done is, the next time I'm out on stage, I'm going to have my face banished. I'm going to play that shit.
You're going to play it out.
I'm going to play it out.
And you know what? This is the beauty of art. Because had he done that, taking your advice, had he done that, do you know he'd have probably had a few more Oscars lined up to be doing for the rest of for the rest of his generation on who Chris Rock is?
Yeah.
And he'd have got movie roles and some more stuff if he'd have just played it like that. And see, the problem with that is we take embarrassment and we learned how to flip it. Someone told me sometime that black people can take a bad situation and turn it to be good.
We're magicians like that.
And then the white lady, it was all in the family. I want to try to find it, and I'm going to show it to you. The brother, she says, oh my, he talked about how bad it was for his childhood, how hard it was growing up, and said, how are you able to laugh about this type of life? Practice.
Yeah.
Practice. We've been going through it for so long.
It's second nature.
It's second nature to us. We can be put in some of the most awkward situations and we turn that shit around with a smile on our face. It takes practice.
Yeah, definitely.
So, that's all I got. I'm Mun.
I'm Ray. That's our time. We thank you for yours.
Yes, indeed.
Don't forget to head on over to my channel, tingRae 72. Same rules apply. $100 giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Tell a friend.
And let's get it in. Also,
get this
check
thing
me out
going.
on
Keep
TikTok.
these channels growing.
That's
TikTok.
Right. Monday night, MUNDAYNITE.
And check me out on, what is it? Facebook, my reels, under the moniker tingRae
awesome
72.
Awesome reels, man. Awesome reels.
tingRae 72 on all platforms.
What? You see the neck movement?
Holla at me.
You see the
what?
neck movement?
Holla at me.
That's
what?
right. That's right. And keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Please keep my name out your mouth.